Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Mic Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Thank you for joining. Today, we're going to be profiling Jesse James Rodriguez, aka Bam, and we're going to talk about just how he's made his rise into championship status and one of the lower weight classes. Actually, a few of the lower weight classes. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We do appreciate the feedback. So today is going to continue our series on Stars of the Future, Champions of Tomorrow, a series that we want to try and continue where we highlight the up and coming boxers. You've seen Abdullah Mason, you've seen Tiger Johnson. Now we're going to talk about Bam Rodriguez and his rise to the top. So Bam started off at 100, basically minimum weight, 108 pounds, 105 pounds, way down there in the lower weight classes. He's a 5'4" guy, so he's not going to ever be really big, but he's fought as big as 126 pounds at one point in his career. He's already, amassed 17 wins with 11 coming by KO, including a sensational win in the 8th round against Sir Rungvisai, which was considered a step-up fight where he defended his title for the first time. Speaking of, let's talk about that belt. All right, so he faced off against Carlos Cuadras in February of 2022 and won his belt in a 12-round unanimous decision, sweeping all the cards. Had a really good fight. He put Cuadras down a couple times, and this was at 115, so he got a vacant WBC World Superfly title, so that's 115. He's actually going to be pursuing another vacant title at 112 pounds, which is going to be the flyweight. And he's going to be going for the WBO vacant title so he could become a 2-division champion. In 18 fights, it's going to look pretty remarkable on the record, even if it does come off as a little bit bloated. I think it's still a career achievement that deserves to be put into the bank. Now, where he'll land as far as where he wants to make his true bones in boxing, it's going to be up to him, but I'm thinking it's going to be between 112, 115. 118 might be a little big, but then again, he's only 23 years old. He could potentially fill out and become a force at 118, which is a bantamweight as well. Now, let's talk about his fighting style. Something I really enjoy is that he's a really active fighter. He runs his hands. He's got a nice hot pivot game. He uses angles. He switches up. Most of the time, he keeps defense as a priority. However, there are times if he tastes your power and he's not intimidated, he's definitely going to fight you back toe to toe. Just like Rungvisai in that particular fight, you could see that early on he was a little tentative about taking shots from Rungvisai, but at some point he realized that the power couldn't stop him, and he started to turn it on, and he really put pedal to the metal, and he put a hurting on his opponent. By the end of the fight, he started to use angles. He saw that he was faster. He would just throw a couple shots, hop to his weak side, throw a couple more shots, and then just turn his opponent. I mean, it was so ugly to the point where he was almost hopping around his opponent, where the ref had to chastise him about it. He was just too fast. You know what I'm saying? His footwork was too good. I thought it was a really good showing. He followed that up with another defense of his belt. Let's see. This one went the distance. Israel Gonzalez. He did get a point removed for a low blow, but it still was a good fight. I mean, he blew his opponent out on all the cards except one who had it 114, 113, which is egregious. If you watched the fight, you saw Bam was in control the entire way. It wasn't his best fight, but even on his worst day with some of these guys at 115, he's going to be a formidable foe, and he proved it. That judge was just tripping. This opponent was 28-4-1, so you got to think that he got a little bit of veteran credit, but Bam was still the man in that fight. So in my opinion, I think it's going to look the same. They've got him set for April 8th. This year, he's going to fight Christian Gonzalez Hernandez. So that should be a really good fight. Going to be on the DAZN, of course. I think that's going to be probably one of their evening fights because this one is slated to happen in, let's see. They're going to be at the Techport Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio. That's something I might be able to actually get to. Is right after my daughter's birthday. Maybe I'll treat it to a fight. Going to be interesting to see, though, how he does in his return to the ring. He's been off since September last year, so not a long layoff, but definitely, now we're looking at like 6-7 months. Is he getting to that point where he's going to slow down on activity? We don't know yet, but definitely hoping that they keep him in the ring because he is now a champion. I like to see champions active as much as possible, especially when it ain't like he waiting around for the money because he ain't getting the big money fights yet. He's barely fighting in the big venues. So interested to see where his career arc takes him. He's kind of in that. He's at that steep angle up to the top, already pursuing the second belt in the second weight class. So interesting to see how that's going to go. But this has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. We'd love to get your comments. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace.